we're speaking of artistry versus a rapper. I think that's what it is, bro.
You said a lot. you said a lot right there.
I can see through a heat. I keep salt for the leech. I was taught that y'all creep. Never thought that I was peeping. Cause you'll fall off with no defense. The ones that you love will deceive you. You're evil.
Welcome back to the lab, man. It's your big homie boss man, Busy, and my bro.
YJ. Everybody talking about it. We got to talk about it. Wayne Tip Harris.
Dwayne
Carter. And
Tip Harris, yeah, man. Oh man, this is a conversation me and you and the crew had years ago, man.
Yeah.
And we will go to a versus. We never got around to it.
Yeah.
Crucial, I think he was scared. Nah, bullshit. I'm playing.
He's supposed to be riding with me tonight, right now. God damn it! I'm gonna need some help. Shit. Nah.
Demani, stay over there, man. I might need you. Bullshit. But yeah, man. Two legends from the South, man, and to me, I would have both of them on Mount Rushmore. That's my opinion. My opinion only. But yeah, this conversation came up in an interview. A couple of them actually. And why? I have no idea. Maybe that's what people want to see. It would be a good versus, in my opinion. I would love to see it, but Tip and Wayne, they partners. They ain't got no beef with each other, nothing like that. But we're here to talk about it, man. We're here to talk about it. And talk about what if it was to happen. Who would win?
Yeah, and I, if they partners, not, I think it work out better if they partners and they do it, man. It's like that would just be a monumental event. I know everybody would be tuned in for it. But far as the music, let's get down to the music. I think maybe just start off stylistically to bring it down to the general essence of the conversation. You talking about a guy for the most part in Wayne. He gonna give you the punchlines. He gonna hit you with just from a lyrical standpoint, the wordplay from a lyrical standpoint, not even from the punchline point of view, but just from how the words are put together. He gonna give you some unorthodox looks every now and again where you just sit back and be like, what the fuck did he just do? Like, I feel like Wayne kind of has that in him. T.I., he gonna give you the real, and you tell him what, I guess, from your point of view, when it comes to what T.I. brings to the table, as opposed to what Lil Wayne may not bring to the table.
Yeah, Tip, like you started to say, he raps about the real. He come from the trap. He is one of the original creators of trap music. He started a genre of hip hop. I have to give him that. No, I don't care what anyone say. Some people might say Gucci, some might say Jeezy. But of course, he did not come up with the word trap. That's just a word that's always been used in the South. But he created the genre. But far as what he bring versus what Lil Wayne bring, they're different. It's totally different. T.I. is gonna put together an album, and that's just how I feel. Wayne, he is one lyrical monster that you have to maybe listen to his bars a few times to realize what the hell he just said to you. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but we're speaking of artistry versus a rapper. I think that's what it is, bro.
You said a lot. You said a lot right there. I'm gonna leave the trap created a genre. I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm gonna go into semantics, and we gotta talk about "Pocket Full of Stones" by UGK, and also all this other convoluted shit that but I respect, far as him putting the actual word to what he was doing. Okay. Um, Now, as far as the discussion of artistry versus a rapper, I would say I think the only way I can respond, because I do feel like Wayne is an artist, but I don't feel like a lot of us listen to the things where he goes into his artistry. When he does a rock album, I kind of look at that as that's his artistry. He plays the guitar, he delves into a little production and things on some things. So it's artistry, but it's not far as looking at what T.I. doing. It's a completely different, which a lot of folks like us, our skin tones, when Wayne go into over there, we not listening.
It's not
So,
our culture.
well, yeah, it was, but
It
yes,
was, yeah. If you want to get technical about it, then yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, but I don't want to do that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. That's not what we do typically. So I definitely get it. So yeah, I mean, as far as what I like more, definitely I like what Tip did. You brought up the albums from the album standpoint, and we just agreed backstage that if we're gonna really do this, let's, just put three projects against three projects, which T.I. had an album run, which we've talked about before, where he just back to back albums was dope, and I'm Serious, Trap Music, and Urban Legend. That's a three that's hard to match. And a lot of people, I feel like, I say for the masses, would probably say Carter 1, 2, and 3. I might say Carter 1 and 2, and then, what was it, Lights Out? No, it wasn't Lights Out.
500 degrees?
500 Degrees, yeah. Yeah, 500 Degrees, the Carter, and the Carter 2 is probably the ones I go with Carter 1, 2, and 3, just because I feel like that's what most people will say when it comes to that. Carter 1, 2, and 3. Man, Carter 3 went 8 times platinum. Man, he almost got a diamond on that thing.
That was his biggest album.
Yeah, almost diamond. And if you count international sales, he did go diamond on that project. But IRIAA, whatever shit, they got him at 8, and then he went platinum in 2 other places, I think. But I think a lot of people, for the most part, with T.I., that I'm Serious album, it didn't. I don't think it cracked silver. Like I'm looking now.
He had a bad deal, and he actually rapped about that.
Yeah,
On one of his tracks, I think on a later album.
Arista Records.
Yeah, I think he was fucking with what's his face? Is it why Reed keep coming to my fucking
Clive
mind?
Davis. Hold on.
Something ain't got a deal no more. I can't remember his name, but he didn't have a really good deal on his first album, and
Yeah.
that's why that album really didn't do anything. The marketing and promoting wasn't very good, even though he came out with Beanie Man, which I did not like that fucking song.
And Pharrell, he had the Pharrell. Uh, he had some. Like he had a label. Let's just say that. Far as how it rolled out and all that, that's unfortunate. But for your first release, it's not surprising because a lot of people first release don't even look that good. So
Right.
but the music, I will say, on I'm Serious, it was some good shit on that album. I'll
Yes,
just
it
say
was.
that.
It was a classic in itself, but the numbers don't speak to that.
Right.
So if I'm talking about Carter 1 versus I'm Serious, I would have to give that to Wayne.
Yeah.
Because Carter 1 was probably one of my favorite albums that Wayne has ever did.
Right.
And everybody else like Carter 3, but Carter 1, I don't think Carter 2 or 3 can fuck with Carter 1. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Carter 1 was crazy. Moving forward, Carter 2 versus trap music. This right here. I mean, this is one of them debates where I feel like, do you feel like there's a wrong answer?
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Yep, sure do. Because I think where the question you just asked, that goes to the next two. We'll get to that. But Carter 2 versus trap music, I think trap music kills that. And that's just me. That's me.
Yeah.
When we talking about trap music, that was the introduction to the new genre. And man, did he put a stamp on that project. When we talking about trap music, man, that album was full of fucking classic. You got 24s on there.
Yeah.
Be Easy. Yeah,
Rubber
Rubber
Band
Band.
Man.
Man.
Look what I
Hey,
got.
where you at? Man, you had nothing
Doing
but
my job.
dope. Doing my
Kanye
job.
West production. Jazzy Faye. Toomp, especially Toomp. Cool and Dre. Nick Fury. Yeah, you look at Carter. You look at Carter too. Money on My Mind, Fireman, Best Rapper Alive, Hustler Music. Uh, had some shit on it. He did have Robin Thicke on there. The commercial success of this album. He definitely. I'm looking at Ti. I don't know how he only sold 1 million from trap music. That's crazy. I'm just
Trap
looking
music
at
only
that.
did a mill.
Trap music. Let me see. Let me make sure because I'm pretty sure that's what I just looked at. Yeah, trap music. RA platinum, 1 time platinum. Urban Legend 2 time platinum. King 2 times. Paper Trail 4 times.
That's crazy. That's insane. That's
Uh,
insane to me.
Trouble Man Gold. Yeah, Urban Legend 2 time platinum. That's crazy. He
That's
did a
crazy.
hundred.
That's
Hundred.
insane to me. That's my
Yeah, I thought
favorite
it was
album
more.
he did.
Huh?
That's my favorite album that Tip did.
Urban Legend. That Urban Legend was crazy. Yeah, yeah. I think and this is going back to the versus discussion, I guess. But uh, for the most part, if they did a versus where they was doing they street anthems and they songs that people just fuck with and not chart on both sides, that would be the best versus you could see. But as far as the commercial releases that they release, who you feel like put out when it comes to their successful commercial radio hits, which radio hits do you feel like was bigger or had the most impact? Because we talking about verses, so unfortunately we were talking about hits. I hate it, but you know,
Well, of course, I had to talk with y'all as far as both Tip and Lil Wayne biggest songs, and I really didn't care for either. But I think when it comes to the commercial hit that stands out to me that I feel like I just don't think Tip could fuck with it is probably Lollipop, man.
Ah,
That song for some reason was a huge success for Lil
hated
Wayne.
hated that fucking song. Oh my goodness, I hated that song.
And he had and then Tip, of course, he had Bring 'Em Out. Wayne also had Millie, another big success, which Bring 'Em Out and Millie is the two songs that I didn't care for either artist, but it was two of their biggest songs. But then we can go for one Tip, we can go to Top Back. That was a huge,
What
huge
you know.
And what you know, you know.
What you know. And what you know was actually, I love that song. Like, that was one of the few times an artist chose a song, like, I feel like one of the best songs off the album. Usually I do not like the song that they choose for the radio, but I never got tired of listening to that song.
It's a marathon, keep it going, racing to the finish. It's big business, just wait for the new one. In this lab, engineering classics.